Alright, Savages, what is going on? We're back and we're going over a stock that is very, very pumped up right now, BNGO. Now, I don't like making videos going over these pumped up, overvalued stocks that are going crazy on Robinhood, but today is different. I'm getting lots of requests about this stock, asking where it's going. People have their money in it and they really have no clue what to do. We're seeing a massive dump on the day. And where's the stock going? So no worries, here comes the stock daddy himself to help the people. But before we get into that juicy content, I'm gonna need you to hit that subscribe button below and the thumbs up. My name is Tyler Wilson and I trade stocks every single day. These are the trades that I am personally taking. I'm giving you the entries and the exits via the Discord. The link should be down below. We keep the video short, sweet, and to the point, so let's not waste any more time. Run it, boys. As we have seen over the past few days, BNGO is absolutely skyrocketing on the news of a possible treatment for autism. Now, it isn't an overall cure or anything like that. This isn't a cure by any means, but they believe it could help with the overall healthcare outcomes. This is pretty promising news and groundbreaking for this space, and there's a lot of room for this company to grow if the science is actually there. Now, companies like ARK Invest really do believe in this company based on putting their money into it. Now, we know everything that ARK puts their money into tends to see a massive run up like we just saw. The month of November and December have kind of proven this case, and ARK is really making its name for itself right now as far as retail investors go. Most retail investors are looking at ARK, and whatever they put their money into, they're putting their money into. Now, this isn't a terrible strategy to follow what they're doing, but I mean, there's catch 22. I think this could potentially be one of the most dangerous stocks to be playing right now. Now, if you're long-term putting your money in there and you're not really worried about it, then this could be a great stock for you. But if you're like me and you're like 1 to 6 months being your maximum and you only have 1 or 2 stocks that you really long-term hold and forget about, this could be a problem for you. A lot of these therapeutics, we see massive pumps. Eventually, we see massive drops. And then we see stagnant movement until we get the next big news. And then we see another pump. That's what I'm saying. If you're holding it long term, you'll be fine because they might make steps in the right direction here. They look very promising, like I'm saying. But there is the potential for that downside that no one's really talking about. And the chart kind of shows that it looks like it wants to go down even more. So let's take a step back and let's look at the chart. Okay, so this is the chart on a lower time frame. This is kind of my day trading time frame that I use. But as you see, we've had very, very stagnant movements like I mentioned. And now we've seen great movement from this company. They're making steps in the right direction, great investments being put in. But I'm not too confident in what they're doing right now. And when I mean what they're doing right now, I mean the overall stock movement. As you see, we broke directly above it, making a very new nice high. And then we broke all the way back down, broke back above, which looked really promising once we got back above it. But as you see, we're struggling to hold above it and we got pushed back down right now. This, in my opinion, is very, very bearish. And honestly, it's making me look for puts here. It is one of the riskier trades in my opinion, but the overall reward on the downside is very, very nice. We could potentially see $4 to $3. That'd be massive, massive profits on this level. And now we're pushed below and holding below this overall resistance, which you never like to see. And let's say that I am bullish on the stock overall, I would still want to see another leg down because this would be an ABC correction. We'd have our 1A, our B, and then our C coming down somewhere down here. Now this C could obviously be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, anywhere like that. 100% make a lower low below the A. If I'm looking for optimal entries, I would like to see $3.22 all the way down to $2.75, give or take, that range right there for some longer term entries. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, ARK bought into the stock, they're probably not going to go down. But if you take a look back at something like IPOB when it became Open Door bounced super high up and then it dropped very, very low. I just want to use Open Door as an example. You see, we pumped super high up and then we dumped kind of straight down. I'm not saying we're going to see such a massive dump on BNGO, but it is possible we see some major downside, at least a retracement. A healthy retracement would be very good for the stock also. If we get a healthy retracement, the chances are the next high is going to be even higher. Okay, so we're back on BNGO. Another thing to notice is when you're getting longer drawn out moves, it typically shows that it's actually making a trend or an overall retracement. It actually leads me to be pretty bullish as well. So the drops that we're getting are pretty strong. And what I mean by that, they're happening kind of instantly. We're seeing a massive, massive dump and then a slow gradual move back up. So so as we look at the chart, we saw a massive dump, a pump back up, and then a slow gradual move for that B wave. And now we're kind of dropping back very, very quickly. You can see that we're getting a lot of volatility on the post market. I would not be surprised if we gap down at the open tomorrow. Now this $3.22 to this $2.80 will be a very nice buy zone and a very, very nice support. So that's where I'll be looking for. I am a price action trader. I don't use the RSI or these other crazy indicators. This is what I use right here. I would be careful doing any puts or any type of shorting on this stock though, because we could see some very parabolic movement. So the play, in my opinion, is to wait until we get it dumped to that $3.22 to $2.80. That's the safest play in my opinion. And then a stock buy obviously would be the safest thing here because the stock is so cheap. So the chances of it doubling back to $7 are very high. So you would still see massive profits from your trade, but also it's a very safe trade as well compared to something like calls. I think it's very important when you're looking at stocks like this that are massively run up is to look at something similar. It doesn't even have to be in the same sector, but look at the similar movements that you're seeing from things in the same overall kind of field. I know Open Door is a real estate stock and a tech company, and BNGO is medical. Those are two completely different sectors, but looking at the overall chart and what they're doing, it's kind of similar in the short-term time of things. The play here is wait for that massive support down at the bottom, and maybe you catch that second leg up. If we were dumping just straight down and not seeing any type of retracement sideways, then I'd be very bearish on the stock and I would not be buying a support. But the fact that we're getting a healthy retracement shows that this stock has some more upside left in it, and that's what I like. The overall strategy in my trading is reduce the risk as much as possible with the greatest amount of upside. I'm always pretty conservative with my entries. So if we do drop below it, I'm not going to lose that much because we're already at such a massive support. And honestly, right now on the after hours, we are seeing more of a drop. So the odds of getting into a trade at that level are looking better. That's going to wrap up my video for today. If you got something out of this, make sure you hit that subscribe and that thumbs up below. The thumbs up really does help the channel. That's it for your boy. Namaste.